Hello, friends. I am Kahan. Something that I want to share with you at this moment that is coming very much into focus for me in my life at the moment, and I'm sure for a lot of people too, is a new way of relating to life and living life. And it is moving to the space of having only one relationship, a relationship with the light, and not having any other relationships apart from that which is of the light. And this is as the new energies are coming into play in our lives and taking us to a new sphere of reality and of doing things, and finding this in connection with the universe, that this is a very crucial point for all of us at this moment. And moving to that place of just having one relationship with the light, which means that in the past we have had relationships with many things that were not of the light. We have had relationships with our negative personalities, our negative identities, our negative low vibration thoughts, emotions, and words and actions. And we have sustained a relationship and a reality with all those things. And we have created them in our reality, and therefore they have manifested because we have allowed them. And now it is the time to only have one relationship with light, the relationship with that which is luminous. And that means everything else that is not luminous, that is not of the light, that comes up within ourselves, acknowledge it, do not resist it or reject it, but take it, move it into the light of your consciousness. Because your consciousness and the consciousness of everyone is just light. And in that way, we're moving to that new way of doing things and living things from the light, in which we do not entertain the low vibration things. We do not focus or give energy to that which is not luminous or belongs to the light. And we move away from denial, from resistance, from saying no, because that is already putting energy and attention to that which you don't want, and therefore is having a relationship with it. When you don't want something that is not luminous, when something comes up that is not of the light, don't give it your attention or your energy. Just move into the direction of the light and put your attention, put your energy to that which is the light. And the other things will just vanish. There is no need to support them in our reality, because this is the time to have only a relationship with the light. This is going to simplify your life to a great extent and make things very, very clear as you become more powerful, because you're going to be focusing only in sustaining relationship with the light. Another thing that I want to share with you today is a very meaningful experience that might be very relevant to many of you and might clarify great things at this moment in our paradigm change and in our consciousness. Years ago, I used to be able to connect very high, when I was actually very young, with the higher spiritual states of consciousness. It is something that nobody taught me. It came with me in my soul, in this life, and I was able to tap into realms beyond this world and move a great way away from my own human dimension. And I did that very, very regularly. And I entered into fabulous states of bliss and expanded consciousness. But one day, as I was doing that and connected in that way, my consciousness took a huge, a limitless jump towards infinity. And what happened is that I merged with everything around me. Everything in the world and in the universe was part of me. Now, this wasn't in terms of concept or a mental idea. This was a true, powerful, very, very deep experience that I had. And it was beyond the mind and beyond thought completely. And what happened is that I experienced myself as much as I am me here in everything else. I was myself as much as the me here as I was in every other thing that I could see around me. It was stunning. It was really amazing. And I realized in that state of awareness something very, very, very impacting. And it was the recovery of my spiritual memory. I kept repeating to myself, I knew it, I knew it, I knew this was me. And it was a revelation that showed me that that state of consciousness, being everywhere in oneness, was what I had been looking for all the time, looking for my own true identity and my oneness consciousness. So I can tell you from that experience that this is real. This is a reality. And all the spiritual paths and the religious paths that speak about God being everywhere, consciousness being everywhere, and that you are God and God is part of you, all that is true. Because those spiritual paths or religions started from masters and enlightened beings that had an awareness and a state of consciousness that reflected what they were in truth without limits. And then they started teaching like Buddha or Jesus and sharing with everyone those revelations and those states of consciousness of God as oneself. So this is also true for you. And I share this with you so that you know from a first-hand experience from someone who has experienced that and lived there, that this state is what you are in truth. This is your true state of consciousness of everyone, because this is the soul in oneness. And at one point, one is able to lift him or herself up from the human perception and merge with that spiritual perception in the spiritual communion with our spiritual nature or higher nature. And then we connect, we tap into that field which permeates all the consciousness. Everything is connected to this oneness. And once you are there, you are able to experience that as your own truth and your own consciousness. So know from this story, from this reality that I have experienced, that that state is real, that it does exist, and that what you and most people on earth are experiencing at the human level, the human consciousness, is not what we are, is not what you are. You are far beyond, and you are into that realm of universal oneness. So do keep that with you and try to realize in your daily life that there is something else than what you are experiencing about yourself, that this is not your truth, that you are much bigger and you are one with everything. Do check my links here in my channel. They will take you to places of great information, great revelations that will inspire you and perhaps give you the missing link that you need at this time. Or perhaps you might be able to tap into some of the work that I do, even online, to help people all over the world for their new consciousness, for their ascension, for the shift into a paradigm of light and power and love, moving into a state of greater truth for themselves. So I'm here to help. Do connect anytime and let us know what we can do for you. I send you a powerful radiation of love and blessings to every one of you, and take care of yourselves. Namaste.